everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called Flower Patch. And at the Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right guys, again as I usually state, thank you so much for your wonderful comments. I may have replied a little bit late to some of them, but I did reply. I've had a direct message in my business account. A woman has asked me if I could do a vase arrangement for Christmas, as her granddad is in a care home and they don't allow fresh flowers or real flowers due to, and I know this when I worked with people when I did nursing, due to them may having a few flies with diseases or anything like that, which could get onto the patient and cause them an infection or an illness, which rightly so, we wouldn't want that to happen. So she told me a little bit about her granddad being in the Royal Navy, and his with the word navy, his favorite color was blue. Navy blue, royal blue, you know, he liked them all. So she wishes, they've said that he can have an artificial one, so she wants to just put a little bit of a Christmas spirit in his room, and asked if I could do an arrangement. So that's what we're going to do today. She did want a bow, and actually she stated she'd like a big bow. So I've done a big bow. I've prepared in advance. Well, I think I have. I was looking at things and thinking, have I done that? But I think I've prepared. So we're just going to go through what we've got today. First of all, the bow. I've done this with the silver holly on and white berries in navy blue, and then I've done a white with silver 1.5 inch ribbon, and then I've done this silver frayed ribbon as well. I have placed it on a pick, and I've placed it up, and at the back put tie wrap through the bow, and then I've attached that tie wrap onto this pick and secured it. So that is going to go in the arrangement as well. So that's our bow. I have got, and again I'm going to go in colour coordination, guys, and I have got out one pine needle stem, or mountain pine should I say, to place in and also work around it. You can manipulate these to however you'd like them to sit, but I've got a pine needle. I've done it again, haven't I just can't help myself but messing up when I do a video. Mountain pine. Because she said that, you know, I spoke to her about things like the foliage, what, you know, what she'd like, or what her granddad would like, and she did say that when he lived at another house, he did have a pine tree on his garden, and he, you know, he loved it. So we're going to add a bit of mountain pine into it. Now I have got a bit of excuse me, a bit of vine, just to give it a bit of movement as well. Whether or not I use it, I don't know, but it's just there. I've got out some oddments to place in instead of using a big stem. Now I've also got out some tree pine as well in the rubbery texture that's on a stem. So we can also either break that up or sit that amongst the mountain pine so it sits in, and it, you know, we can manipulate it to sit within the other pieces of mountain pine. Now I have got, again, I keep getting these out, guys, and not using them, but because we've got silver in this as well, I've got out the foxtail fern with silver glitter on. I've only got these two left, so I can either, I haven't put them on picks on these because I don't know whether I want to just place them in as a full one or just place the odd one in. Now I've got out variegated ficus. I have got 3 stems out. Saves me going back if I need more. With, oops, one's dropped off. With it being, having white on it to give that little bit of snowy effect, like the snow settling on the edge of the leaves, and that will give off a little Christmassy effect as well. Now again, I've got out my sugar-coated sage leaves just to soften this arrangement up. I don't want it too sharp for him. I want it to be nice and soft and pleasing to him, and, you know, to give him a smile on his face. So I've also, and I've cut these down at different lengths. I've got out my big long fern. I've got, this is the original length of one. I don't think I'm going to place in the whole length of that. I may chop it up, but I've chopped just 2 up in case, and, you know, brought them down a little bit. One's smaller than the other, so I've got, you know, small, medium and large in those. I've also got a few wispy bits. I feel I want to add in just a bit of movement for him as well. You know, like when you have your Christmas tree and you have baubles on there that move around, or other things on there, you know, decorations that have got a bit of movement. I'd like to place in something like that. She did say he doesn't mind glitter. He thinks he does, you know, quite like it. So hence the reason I've got glitter out. Now I've got out some smaller fern in silver. This is painted or metallic, I think painted, but these come on stems where I may have to take them off one at a time and put picks on. Again, I haven't done that with these because I'm not sure if I want to put the whole bunch in or the odd one. And I want to add a bit of white because we've got white in the bow. If I can get these off. So I'm going to put a few white berries in. I've only got 5 out, I think. So I want to place in a few of our berries, perhaps around the bottom, I'm not sure. So, you know, until we start doing it, and to place those in just to give a little bit of fruitfulness. I've also got out again our white glittered eucalyptus. Again, he doesn't mind glitter, he quite likes it, so I thought, instead of getting the silver one out or the plain silver eucalyptus, I'll get the white one out with a bit of sparkle. I've also got out some white cypress leaves. I thought I could place, you know, some of these in as well to give off that nice Christmas look. Now I haven't got anything that's flocked. The reason being for that, I know the glitter goes everywhere, but I do spray the glitter with hairspray to prevent it from dropping everywhere on the floor. But the reason with the flocked, I haven't got that out because of the flocked snow on it does drop to the floor, and I don't want him to, you know, for the nurses and carers to say that he's got to take it away because it's making a mess. So I haven't got out anything that's flocked. I have got, if I can get them, let's have a look. Some little glittered, now it did say when I ordered these poinsettias, but I think they're more like daisies, but it doesn't matter. Daisies are bright and cheerful as well. So we've got some of those as well. I've only got 5 out, so we're going to add some of those in. That one looks a bit wobbly. I'll have to see to that one. And I've also got glittered blueberries as well. So again, all the glittered things will be sprayed to prevent the glitter from dropping. And finally, I've only got 3 out. I've opened one up for you to see, but I've got the other 2 here. Blue poinsettias with silver. And bits of long grass in the centre. And the velvet, aren't they pretty? With a mesh petal here as well. So that, he will love that. So we've got 3 of those out. With them being big, I don't want to get more out because they will take a lot of space. And I have got some baubles, Christmas ornaments, to also represent Christmas time for him, you know, in the care home. So I've got 3 navy blue and 2 more of these glass ones, what have got a tint of blue on them. I don't know if you can see them, but they are really pretty. So I've got those out as well to, you know, just place in to represent, because it hasn't got room for a Christmas tree. So she wants to place in, you know, a vase arrangement or a vase arrangement with some Christmas ornaments or baubles in, just so he can see it represents Christmas time. And he's not being forgotten as well, because he can't come out on Christmas Day because that's where he is a resident now, so he has to stay there. So let's start with our arrangement. I'll place those there, put all the greenery here, and then the bow here. So the vase or vase that I'm using, it's got ridges in and it's white, so that will look pretty with the navy blue. And I'm not going to place a bow on this. I want to leave that white, because the bow we've done is, you know, really big. It's 8-inch loops, then 7, then 6, with me having 3 different loops. I've placed in some oddments of oasis, or should I say dried foam, in at the bottom to fill it up. You could place sand in it. I wouldn't place stones in it or pebbles in a care home, because, you know, with it rattling and things like that, and if he did pick it up, it would be extremely heavy. And you could place dry sand in, but you know, that's also quite heavy. So I've taken into consideration, you know, it may not have a lot of strength, so I've placed in my oddments of dried foam at the bottom, built it up near the top, and then placed in a dried foam at the top. I cut it out to the shape and put some wreath wrap on it to cover it, because I don't want the dried foam flaking either in his room, where if the care workers are cleaning his room, moan because there's dried foam flaking everywhere. So it shouldn't do, but you never know with, you know, I've worked in those places and they can be quite strict. So all for good benefit, really, for the health of the person. So I'm going to, I can't make my mind up whether I'm going to stand up or not, but I may bring the camera down. Oh, and I've also got some spare, if I show you, some spare stems that I cut off when I've done projects and saved, and I've placed them in the dried foam right to the bottom to hold this top piece of foam. I've just slid them in and gone to the bottom of the vase just to hold the foam in, instead of placing tape over the top where you may see it and I don't want to see it. So I've done that. I've placed it in 4 areas. Let me just place that back. Let's have a look. I've got all foam all over my jacket. I think we could place it there. Again, this will be sitting in the center, and I've done long tail ends just so it can just go, you know, and hang under and in between the florals and foliage. So I think I'm trying to make a decision on whether to put this in or break it actually up. It is quite thick. And usually they say if you do arrangement in any container, do it, the height of it, do it 1.5 times higher than the container. So this container is 8 inch, so you would go to 24 inch in total from the bottom to the top. So you'd add another 16 inches on top of the container with the height of your arrangement. So that is 18 inch. So I'd have to make it to go down to 16 inch. So do I break it up? I may. So if I placed it there, what would it be? Oh, that would be 14 inch. Right, let's do it as a whole. And I'm going to go in the centre, and I'm going to take it, because I've just measured 14 inch, right to here. And it comes right to there for 14 inch. Like so. And then you can just manipulate how you'd like your mountain pine to sit. I don't want them touching each other. I want to give them that space. That's the tall one there. And I've got to take into consideration the bow. Now with the bow, I'm going to be just placing some loops through some of the foliage so it doesn't all sit on one side, because I have done the tail ends at the top and the bottom. So let's just cut some of that. Again, I don't want it as taller than this. So this, let me stand up to do this bit, guys. I will place some glue on the tip. I will put it in, but I'm going to put it right next to here. And then I'm going to manipulate my loops. That's all right. I had to think which way I did the loops. And I'm going to bring some, let's bring that around there, loops to the back. She said she wanted it quite large, I'm not sure if that's because her grandfather's got eye issues, you know, that he can't see much or what. She didn't say. So we're going to do what the lady requests. So that sits there. Bring that tail end round here. Could bring that one there. And have that looking like it's sitting at the top. Okay. And once they get the floral and the foliage in, these will lift up slightly. And I don't want them lifting up too much. I may want to put something with that. I don't want it to sit on its own. Let's have a look. Oh, here's my cat. He seems to come at the right time. Let's just thread that through so the stem can sit there. I don't really like that at the top, but we'll play around with it. Or do I do it at the bottom, guys? I find it looks quite silly at the top. Yeah. Let's take it out after all that. I'm going to do a front so we can have it down here somewhere. I may want to shorten it, so if I'm placing it down there. So let's just leave it there for now. Because we've focused. And you can manipulate these just to sit, bend forward and backwards. Add these in as well. So because that's our centre one, I'm going to go around it at the top and then around underneath. So I'm going to place 3 at the top. So let's cut that one down. I don't need that. So we're going to bring them around here. And I'm going to hang them over because I don't want them just standing upright. I'm going to bring that top piece and bend it slightly. And I'm going to do the triangular position with these at the top. Now again, I'm just bending them. And that top one, because we can't forget about, you know, the people who are in the care homes at Christmas time. And now where you see the triangle piece at the top, I'm going to go in between underneath. So I'm making a triangle at the bottom, but I'm going in between the ones on the top. So there's one here and one here. So I'm going to go right to the bottom and just bend it a little bit more over. And I'm going to turn it around. There's one here and one here. And I'm going to bring it just above the lip of the vase. Just bend that top piece slightly over as well. And do it here also. So you have that effect. I'm going to hang on with the other ficus in case I may need one in the centre. So I'll place that there. Now I want to place in our big silver glittered fern. Now again, I want to do this in a triangle. So where they are on the top in the triangle, I will place these on the top in between the triangle. So they will sit around here. Again, the lady did ask for it quite big. And she said big bow, but I think that may be a bit too big. And with these, I'm going to bend over. I may want to cut these a little bit more. Just get your snips, and just if you suffer with health issues, yeah. And just manipulate them down again. So I'm going to cut this one. These would be fine if you was doing something extremely big. That's that one. And that one will go there. So we've got that. Let me just look at the camera, guys. I think I'm better standing up, because then I can see above it. Right, let me bring it back a little bit. We'll place it there. So I'm better being above it. Now, we'll do those at the bottom. To fill the top, do I place this in instead? Around the centre. It makes it look a little bit like a Christmas tree. Let's place that in as a whole. I'm going to bring this down a bit shorter. And I'm going to manipulate the stems to come out, some a bit lower under the ficus, if I can get it. Just thread things through. Makes it look exceptionally like really like a Christmas tree. I'm going to bring those up a little, like this. That one there. I may bring that one up there. I could place a cable tie around these two here because they seem to want to come. Oh, I don't know now. I haven't got none hanging here. So, do I bring one through here and under there? So then I've got one under here. Trying to balance it out so you've got some things all around. Yeah, we'll leave those like that. Before I carry on, I do want to position my poinsettias, and I only want 3, so I'm going to place those in the triangular position, and because they're quite big, I will place them around the mid-range. That's the top, that's the middle, and that's the bottom. So I will place them around the middle section here. And then do I place in the bow first? Again, I think that bow now is too big. Yeah, the bow's too big. So I'm going to take that off. Save that. We just make it smaller, that's all we'll do. We don't want it really big. Not that big. Not that big. So let's decide on the tail ends. Yeah, I'm going to do the tail ends around 10-inch. So let me just place that out of the way. Grab some cable ties. So how big are we going to do? Do we do them about 6-inch? Yeah, we're going to do the loops around 6-inch. And I'm going to do it in my hand. I would do it on the bow maker. Then I'd have to alter the camera again. 12-inch. Twist. I know I did 4 of these loops. Let me just straighten that back out. Go under. Inch again. Oops, a daisy, I've nearly dropped it. And go back. We'll leave this long tail end for now. I'll cut it once we've done. I only did 2 loops of this. 10-inch. So there. So then I twist. Not twist, sorry. Bring under. And because I'm doing them, I'm going to do them around the same length, all of them. So I'm just putting them in between my thumb and finger. 12-inch. Like so. And then we'll cut that tail end as well. Place that. Just measure it with your thumb and finger. Place it in between. I'm going to eyeball this with and measure it with that. That's better. I'm going to do 4 of these. So I've only done 2 of the white, or the white and silver. Place a little piece in the center. Make sure that my cable ties the right way round. Oh, it's twisted again. It's the cable tie gone. Sure that little piece has gone through. I'm going to place, I think, a floral wire, because I'm going to stick it into the foam. So we'll put a floral wire through. Or if you've got a pick machine, then that would be fantastic. Again, I'll cut the long tail ends when we've done. That one goes to the top. No, that one was at the bottom. That one was at the top. I always tend to do my tail ends usually first, guys, because I need to get those sitting in position before I start placing anything else. Oh, there it is. So that is the white. That goes up at the top as well. And this is before I pull my cable tie to the maximum tightness, and then I manipulate and move my loops where I'd like them to sit. And I'll just pull it tight, and then I can be a bit more forceful now with the loops to make sure that they sit in the correct position. I know these white and silver went in the center of the blue. And then the silver went on top of the blue. So we've got one there, like that, one like that, and then this piece in the center. And I will fluff them up properly when they're all in. I need to cut the tail ends, these long ones, so I will chop those to about, oops, I was going to use my snips then, to around here. And I'm going to just dovetail. One. I don't dovetail the one with the frayed edge because it just frays. So I just fold that under. Just a couple of times I bend it under. So where is the other there? So I then get my floral wire, make sure the two ends are around the similar length, and then I twist the bow. And then because I've got two pieces left, you know, of the ends of the floral wire, I wrap one. I mean, if you've got a pick machine, that's great. You're lucky, guys. You're really lucky. I just cut them both to the same length so that that's our shorter bow, but still quite big for the arrangement. Some last minute preparation. So I'm going to place in the bow. So move that pine needle over here. So I'm going to place it in here. Let me just cut that little piece, extra piece off in the centre, what I can see. I don't want that to be in the customer's view either. We will fluff it up. I'm just thinking, which end do I place in? I've got two of those hanging down. That one belongs up there. So I'm going to place it in like that. I'm going to place it around here instead of being at the top. So I'm going to just lift up my loops and everything so I don't get them in the glue. Obviously you can also use your glue gun for this. So that's that. So I'm going to now fluff it up. Bring the tail ends in the correct position. These tail ends on the top are going to have to be cut shorter. So we don't want those dragging along. And getting in the way of our flower arrangement. So let's bring that silver tail end through. We can manipulate the silver tail end and place it, you know, amongst the foliage. Just do that one. That one. Goes there. There's a lot of fluffing up and getting your bow in the right position. There we have it. Now we've got 1, 2, 3 tail ends just hanging over the edge. Let's just have a look. So we have it then now like that. I think that looks better than sitting on the top. Right, so now we can get in our poinsettias. And again, because we've got one there, I'm going to do the triangular position here, here, and here. So let's just cut these as well. And place one like that. I don't want them too far set in. I want them to be, you know, on show, sticking out, so, you know, her grandfather can see the beautiful poinsettias. Oh my good gracious me, that was hard. So then I'll place one at the back. I'll call it the back because the bow's at the front. Let's just make sure we don't go over that leaf. We'll stick that out as well. So we've done that one to the back as well. And then our third. Oh, if you can hear a noise, guys, my cat's on the roof again. My other cat. Oh, I had a dream about Marley last night. Oh my gosh, I woke up really scared this morning. Let's just bend that one slightly over there. Place that one there. I had a dream that it'd been taken and I was hunting around looking for him. Then eventually, after days of looking, I heard this whimper, and I thought, oh, that just sounds like Marley. And I looked, and it was him. I shouted him, and he came, and he'd got all gashes on his legs where he'd been cut, or he'd had a fight with another animal, and oh my gosh, I got up this morning to check that he was all right. Let me just put that one in again, guys. It's not feeling too secure. So yeah, that was a bit frightening. I haven't had a bad dream for years. I don't know why I did. Let's just replace this. Can't see. There we go. I'm making those slightly in as well. So I've pushed that one a bit further down and it seems to look a bit better. Here. So I'm going to cut the stem on these as well. Even if it's just a little bit, oh, it always helps. There. But this, I still haven't placed them, you know, too far in. They're not to the point where they've sunk into the arrangement. Just move some of the greenery down here. That's much better. And I'm going to slightly just bend the heads, you know, because a grandpa would love to see them. So I've done that at the back. I'm just going to slightly bend this head. There. So we've got that. With the tall grass here, I just want to place that in the centre as it is. Then it can just, I can manipulate it, not too much though, because I don't want it to be really wide. I just want to do something like that. It will be slightly taller, so let's cut a little bit off. I may have glitter all over me. I can't help it. There you go. I don't want it, you know, too far down or too far up. Just want, and I'm going to just take some of the wispy bits throughout. So we've got it like that. Bring one a bit further around the back as well. So now I'm going to place in some white foliage. So I'm going to place in our cypress leaves, and I'm going to bring some of those down the bottom. I may have, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I may bring 3 around the top and 3 around the bottom. Don't know why I got 6 out. Never mind. So let's get the 3 around the top in first. Again, I'm doing the triangular position. So I'm going to place these facing outwards, not inwards. So I want them bending slightly over. Just manipulate them again, and I tend to just stroke them down to open up some of the leaves. Some people just sit there and do that. I find it easier just to do that. Stroke it down. When you've done that, they open quite naturally. And I'm going to place one, and I'm placing these in between the poinsettias. I can't see. There we go. Just turn to the right, turn to the left, your stem, and then just stroke it down. And then we'll go in between this poinsettia, or should I say behind the bow. I can't see. It seems really far away. There we go. Let me just get that glue off my fingers before I manipulate it or bend it over slightly. So we've now got it like so. So I'm going to bring these down below, but where you've seen me place these up above, I'm placing these in between the white cypress leaves but at the bottom. So then you've formed your triangle. So let's cut these slightly. I don't want them that long. So let's have a look. So it will be around here. I can't get it in. Oh, I think because some of the stems are in that position. I will do it though. There we go. And just again do it so it just slightly leans over, not too much, because you want to keep it, you know, amongst the floral and the foliage above it. So let's look for the other one. There and there. So this one goes here. Because we will have to fill underneath as well with foliage. And we have got the little florals as well. So we'll try and keep that a little bit more up. There's the last one in. So it's here. Just want to glue off. So, again, not to forget, we've got quite a few bits here and it's looking quite full if you know, looking at it like that, but it looks very pretty. And again, Christmassy for her grandfather. Now, let's have a look. I may place some of these at the bottom, guys. I'm going to cut pieces off. So the foxtail fern, what's got silver glitter on, I'm going to use these underneath, you know, again, just for that, fill in the little around the bottom. So I'm going to lift up and then I'm just going to go in. I can't, push it. There we go. Okay, it's just going to add a little bit of extra texture. I can see glue everywhere on me. Gosh, my mum bought me this new glue pan, and it's lovely. But oh my gosh, it doesn't give off lots of glue strings. My other one didn't, not as many. I'll place that there. Again, as you can see, I'm just putting them around the bottom. That's stuck onto that one. But never mind, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? When my mum comes, I'm picking my mum up, so I won't be doing a video on the 23rd of December. I'm going to fetch my mum. She's coming to stay for a week. Yippee! I really do miss her. And she does like to see me do arrangements. She finds it very relaxing, as do I. So she may want to see me do one. So I may do an arrangement the day before Christmas. Some people would probably have stopped and not working on that day. Some people do work on that day. Some people even go on Christmas Day. Right, I'm going to add in these ornaments as well. Not all of it. I want to just add a bit in to give some movement at the bottom of this oriental ruscus vine. Again, I don't want to go for extremely long. It's just to add in that lovely... Oh my goodness, I've dropped it in the thing. Oh my gosh, quick, let's rub the glue off before it sets. Oh, anywhere else? No. Oh, that was lucky. That was so lucky. Have you ever done that, guys? If you've got a glue pan, dropped it in, not intentionally, accidentally. So I'm gonna bring these down for a little movement as well. Let's bring that blue petal back up. Don't want that extremely long piece. I may put a couple of little pieces together. Again, I'm just dotting them around the bottom. And you can manipulate these, they will have wire in. So excuse me for holding it in my hand if you can't see. My apologies. Let's get that out. And it's not, you know, long pieces. It's just to add a little bit of interest to it. Just, you know, so it's not just all glittery things. You want to see a little bit of foliage. I may add some pine, mountain pine at the bottom as well. I'm going to go under the bow because we want to see some under the bow. And then one here. Right, so we've done that. Let's put these together. Oh, I may have that one. Let's just add this last one. So, oh, I've got glue string on me. Oh. So I'm going to add in also underneath to soften it up some sage leaves. I may place the odd one up at the top. I haven't forgot the top. I just want to bring some softness down to the bottom. Just add it there. I should really take the band off. I get lazy. I'm not lazy, but I looks like I'm becoming lazy. And again, I'm going just all around the bottom. I'm going around every 6 to 8 inch gap. We want some blue around the bottom as well, not just on the top. So we've got those sage leaves in. Do I bring? I may bring 3 in at the top. Again, I know people like to see wreaths being made, but you've got to think about people, you know, who your loved ones who are either in a home, you know, a care home or residential home, people like that, because they are, you know, still our loved ones. Can't see. You know, and also our loved ones who are no longer around, you know, you're making beautiful arrangements for them as well. So I see some videos where people just make wreaths. Fortunately, I make a variety of arrangements. I don't just do wreaths. I like, and no disrespect to others, you know, I take my hat off to others who are doing anything crafting. but I think I'd get slightly bored just doing wreaths all the time. So I like to keep my mind busy by doing other designs. That's just me as a person. So we're not far from the end. I need a bit of something up there. I may place, if I've got a tall, I can't get this band off of these eucalyptus. They're all entwined around different leaves. That looks a long one. I may place a long white one in the centre. I want to measure which is the longest. I think it's that one. That's that one. No, it's this one. So I'm going to place one of these in the centre. We've got the silver. So let's, there we go. So do I, in between the sage leaves, because we've got white up there, I don't really want it to clash with the cypress leaves. It doesn't really clash that much. I think this one's slightly longer. Let's get that one out. Place this one in instead. I have to search for the dried foam at the bottom because I can barely see it. Put that there, that there. Take the glue off of this one. And then place that one. Right here. Yeah. I just need something. I definitely need blue down below, and I think I'm going to place in the blue at the bottom. I think I may need at least one berry up above, so I'm going to extend it by placing on another pick. Otherwise we won't get to really see it. Oops, wrong colour. I'm getting my green floral tape. I've just dipped it in a bit of glue and attached the pick to the stem of the berries. And then I'm going to go place the tape over the glue as well, so it stays in place. And I'm going to go down below the stem of the berries, back up, just for a little extra support. Put a bit of glue on the end of the tape. With your glue gun, I haven't got mine on again. And then just roll the tape as it goes around, and it will roll the glue on. So now I've extended this so I can have at least some blueberries up above. let's get some glue on. I'm going to place that. It's hard to see. There we go. I think there. So it's not higher than the pine needles, but it's still in there. Let's just maybe push it down a little bit. Just moving some leaves out of the way so this wispy bits can go to the other side. So like that. Right, I've placed that in. Now it's these. I want something. Trying to feel for the foam. That's what it is. Yeah. I'll straighten the bow up when we've finished. And the petals on the poinsettias. Place that in there. We need stuff there. Should I go? 1, 2. So we've got the berries up above. Now I'm just going to bring a few berries down below in these gaps. I'm just lifting it up because I can't really see stood up. I want to just bring, I'm going to cut them short for some of them. That's one. So we definitely want it here. 2. Just, sorry for moving the vase, guys. 3. Got those around there. I'm going to think maybe the ficus. Yeah. So I don't want any more of the eucalyptus. There's one there. Got I'm gonna, so I've got 3 left. I may do them in 4 around here, midsection. So 1, oh no, I've got 3 left. Do them in 3, sorry. Oh my good gracious me. How can I do them in 4 if I've only got 3? I think my brain's gone to another world today. And there. And 1 here. Oops. That's a short stem. Oh, I can't pull it really today, guys. I've hurt my shoulder. And I don't know how. Oh. So let's get a longer pick on it. I hope you've all had a great time when you're doing all your crafting. I hope you've done some wonderful things. I can only but imagine you have. Because I know you can all do it, guys. And keep it up. You're fabulous. So that's the berries going around. And then obviously some at the bottom. Again, I will fluff the bow up. Right, we've got our white berries, we've got our Christmas ornaments, and we've got our blue glittered floral. That one seems wobbly. And I don't know why. Oh, I can see why. Let me get a bit of glue on it. Just keep it stuck onto that. That's better. So I think I may bring some around here with what's needed. I want to get some, let's have a look. Well, I've got these, but I don't know how many I've got. I've got these rubber textured pine needles. I don't think I've got a lot of them left. But we'll place these in at the bottom for filler foliage as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oh, 11. 11, that's good. So let's get these in again at the bottom, because I'm not wanting to see that foam at the bottom. So just lift up, and I want to try and hide as much as that foam as possible. So I'm pushing these right in. You can, we'll probably also add a bit of ivy. I've got some scraps of ivy. You could place those in as well. Just get the glue. Again, this is, if this is easier for you, you know, to hold it in your hand while you're placing things in the bottom, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I find it quite easy to hold it. It's easier to, you know, move your bars around. I think I'm going to need some ivy or something with a, you know, a bigger leaf. I've got glue string everywhere. Some a bit long. I'm going to cut some of them a bit shorter. That's one. And isn't it a wonderful idea, everybody, to make it, even if it's just a vase arrangement, you know, for your loved one, if they're in a residential home, you know, because again, some residential homes are quite strict, you know, for the patient's own well-being, and you can't, you know, and some people haven't got any children, you know, who are around. They probably didn't have any children, so they're in a nursing home and they can't go to visit the family Christmas Day, so they have to stay in there, you know. So something like this will put a joyous smile on the faces. I've got those. I'm not going to put those in. I'm going to put, I know I've got some scraps of ivy over here that I did use on another project, but I took the project apart, you know. Hi! You have a good day at work? Busy. Oh, lovely. That's what we like to hear. Want to say hello to everybody?
Hiya.
Oh, they can't see you. Silly man. Let's just get these. I'm not going to need all of those.
I'm very busy today.
Have you?
Making tiring. Tired.
Oh, you're only a young spring chicken. So I've got some ivy, and I'm. Can you go and feed my fur baby, please? It's his tea time. Thanks, hun. So I'm going to place some of these at the bottom as well, because I can still see the odd bits. I just want to do a mixture of foliage at the bottom. And again, I used these on another project, but then I took the project apart, not because it didn't sell. It was something I had on, you know, for myself, just sitting on show for when I get customers coming in, and I just decided I wanted to change it, so I took it apart. So I'm just going round again. I can see glue strings. I don't like glue strings, guys. I feel you spend most of your time pulling them off. Oh, I will get the hairdryer on this, otherwise it will irritate me. Right, I want one there. Oh, there's a great big one there. I think it catches on some of the foliage as I go across to place it in. There. So I've covered all underneath with foliage. So now we haven't got to worry about that. I can place those in there. So again, with our blue floral, I want to place them around here. Look, there's a big gap there, and I want to place the berries and some baubles in there as well. So let's just get and bend those over, because we've got a lot of blue up above, so we need to just bring it down again to the bottom. As I say, have big with small. So we've got big flowers and we need to use smaller flowers. So we've got five. So we've got to make this sit along the middle range equally without it looking unbalanced. So that. There. That's 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to want 3 here. So to do that, do it at like 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Oh, 1 minute, guys. Let me just concentrate. Bend it slightly so it's not. So yes, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and then you've got it balanced. Or you could place it at 6 o'clock instead of the 12 o'clock. Right, there's a blue on a blue here, as you can see. So I'm going to need to break that up with something. And then the last one in between these two. There we go. So you've got the blue there. So now because I've seen that was unbalanced, I could place some there. The blue on here, place that in the, with it, or I could place in the silver fern. What else have I got? I may place this one in like this. And just manipulate it. Turn the leaves around the same way. And place that like that. So I'll put a few of these in. I'll slightly bend it. Put that blue there. So it's silver. So it goes silver blue, silver blue. It's not. These keep coming off. So I've got another one I'm going to place in. Put this around here. Just do exactly the same. Oh, I've got my jacket in the glue can again. Oh, I am terrible today. Let's just place. Do you have those days where nothing goes right? You can make lots of mistakes. I've got 2 more of those. 3. Oh, didn't I put that one in? I'll have to look where that one went. So I'm going to place one in here. Just twist the leaf around so it's the right way up. Where was the other one? There, so there's there. And then that one in there. I'm trying to wipe the glue off, but it's just following me. I'm going to blame my mum. She won't be bothered. Right. Some reason this placing the berries go around. I have got a lazy Susan, but I haven't got her out for a while. I can work with it or without it. It's just that I just haven't got it out. Not that I'm lazy again. Right, let's place that one. There. Where's that little one? There. So this goes here. Again, just do it like the clock if you've got 5. So I don't want those. And plus I don't want to go too big because sometimes the residential homes don't allow it. Some have restrictions on height of things, arrangements, artificial arrangements. When I worked at one, they had a certain height because they didn't allow real flowers either. So you was only allowed a certain height of them. And now I'm just let's have a look where the bow is. So we've got blue here, so we could place one there. Let me just go around. So I've got blue there, so I could place a clear one there. I'm going to just pop it in. Hopefully it stays. I'll just place it there. And go here. I've got silver under here, so I could place in. I'll place it there to stop. Hopefully moving. Take that out. And I'll place that one there. It'll be around there somewhere. Oops, a daisy, there we go. Greasy fingers. There. Because we've got the blue that side, I could place this blue just a little bit further down that side. So I'm going to do that. I think the one on the top may need, you know, extending slightly and adding another pick. So this one went here. Just being able to see the foam. There we go. That's one. There we go. Let's have a look. Now that one can have a bit of depth. So we'll place that one in here. And there's this one here where all the blue is. So I like to place blue, if you've got too much blue in together, I like to place in, you know, a lighter colour just to break it up so it doesn't look like you've got a cluster of blue elements. It's not gone in far enough, I don't think. Let's push it a little bit more if I can. There we go. So yeah, I like to just break that slightly up. We want one here. As well. Now we've got the tall one here. I do think something is missing, but I need something slightly bushier. Or do I get something? I don't want the same ficus. I just feel like I've got a slight bit of a gap, and I don't want. I want something with a bigger leaf, but not too big. I could put some fern in. Can I use the one I could place in some olive green fern. Let's have a look. There's just something slightly missing around here, especially. Right, let me just again get that longer. Hey, sorry if the video is long again, guys. I just, you know me, you know what the reason why. You know, for you newcomers who don't, it's basically I like to, oops-a-daisy. I can work faster than I do, especially when I'm off screen. I just tend to slow my speed down for not just, you know, the beginners, you know, the people who are just starting out, so they don't get confused and sit there and think, what did she say? You know, I'd rather them I'd rather do it, again, take my speed down so they can hear what I say, and I'm doing it at a slow pace. And I do sometimes repeat what I've just said, just so you get it again and you haven't got to keep rewinding. I take all that into consideration. I did have somebody at one stage send a text saying, why do you repeat yourselves all the time? And that's the reason. So but I do work quicker when I'm not on screen. It's just, I want to help you guys, and that's all it is to it. You know, your newbies, not just the newbies, sometimes the advanced as well. That's that. Slightly higher. I'm going to stick in a few of the olive green, and the reason being that is, if I find it around here, there just seems that gap and I just can't seem to get rid of it with the thin leaves. Hence the reason I say to you, if you've got a big gap and you can't fill it, get a leaf that's bigger, you know, like this is bigger than the ficus, to help fill in that gap. Or you could get things like floral, or I've got ivy, you know, bigger ivy, I could use that, you know, or eucalyptus as well, that's a good filler. I'm going to see what this is like first. I'm just going to place it in, I'm not going to glue it in, and if it doesn't do anything, then I won't use it. No, it doesn't, so I'm not going to use it. So obviously that leaf is too slim to fill that gap. So we'll place these away. And we'll just get something bigger. Just like that. So let's have a look. Do I use the eucalyptus? Gosh, I have got so much foliage, and some of it is stuffed into other buckets, so I've mixed them up. Where's that? What have I done with that? Oh, good gracious me, what have I done with that? Here they are, here they are, here they are. Now I've got some, these are bigger leaves, and I've placed them on single picks. They are from the orange tree, but they're solid. So they're not, if I place one in, I'm going to let, you know, it show too much. Yeah, you see, if I turn that round there, it's covering that little gap because they're wider. So again, I could use the floral for that. So I'm going to use these orange leaves. Place. I can feel for the, we'll see, there we go. So that's covering that, what was bothering me. Let me just go around, same there, there's a gap there I can see. And I'm going to do it again here. They are bigger than what the ficus is, so. And plus obviously placing thin leaves in, you're going to end up placing more thin leaves in, guys, just to fill it. So immediately just go and get some thicker or wider leaves just to fill in that gap. And then you won't have to place in as many. So let's just go here. So I've got a gap there. And you don't just have to put one there, you can put a couple there, you know, as long as you've given them space. I've got a bit of ficus on top, and I want to place one here. And you can cut some down shorter for depth as well. You don't have to have them all the same length. Be adventurous. Because that's only a normal thing. If you look again on your gardens, you see some foliage at the bottom, some up near the top, because they've grown quicker. I'm going to place, that one's okay, here. I mean, because the granddad sits down a lot, I took into consideration, you know, because he's old, bless him, old at heart, but well, old in age but young at heart, should I say. And he sits down a lot. He's not going to want all the floral at the top. He's going to want to see it near the bottom as well. So bring some of that nice flowers and foliage around the bottom as well. I'm going to place one in there. There's a bit of depth. Lift some things up so they don't all sit down. Now, I said from the beginning that's bothering me because it's all by itself. So let's see, shall I? Because obviously it's Christmas, I've got this stem of ivy, and it is push up as well, which is fabulous, really nice. I may, because when you look at it from the front, you can see that stem here, and that looks, you know, that doesn't look very nice. So what I'm going to do to hide it, I've got this stem of ivy, and I'm going to blend that in at the front so it's hidden. And that's all I'm going to do. So let's get that in. I don't want it to be as tall as this. I want it to be just slightly under the height of the mountain pine. So let me just turn that around, move things out my way so I can hopefully don't get glue on anything. And because they're push-ups, I can manipulate some of the leaves to go down a bit, to cover a bit more of the stem. Even bring those berries in front of it. Just bend them, wrap a bit of it around. Got to get these crispy bits to the opposite side. So I've hidden it now, as you can see. So by using push-ups, that you can manipulate them to hide within, down further down the stem, further up, wherever you've got that issue. Now I know this has not been, this has come out. So 1, 2, 3. So let's get this back in. And place this in. Just, there we go. So now I'm going to straighten my petals. Bring it back to its fullness. So that's that one done. That bow. Oh gosh, they're really strong. Just fluff up our bow. So that goes there. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And you could put something in the centre of your bow. A bit of greenery. And just add a little bit more interest, I think. Because I've just got that here green on its own. I've got another spare one what's been cut. I'm going to use one. I'm going to place in that under there to bring the silver down. I could do with something blue, but only something small. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I'll use that. Oh no, yeah, I'm going to use that. Something with a bit of blue bauble. Oh, there's two here. With a bit of blue baubles on. Just, I may put them as a cluster and bring those down here as well. So let me place those in. Put those on picks. And they've got silver little beads on as well. So that's perfect colour to go with the arrangement. So place that down there. Let's get the silver baby fern in first, and I'm going to place it under the bottom of the bow. Like that. I can smell you've had your food. Have you had fish? Fishy meat. So I placed that bit just under the bottom of the bow. So I'm going to place these together and place these in so they sit on top of the silver. So I've brought the blue from here down here because we've got the blue around the sides, but we've just not got it in front of our bow. So I'll put these in. Oh, I just banged my knee. I'll place these in. I can feel and just slightly part them so they don't just look like they're a clump together. And if I can bend it slightly, bring one of the silver leaves through, and I'm going to, do I'm going to see if I can get one of these through where the bow is. Just behind the loop. Or is it too far back? I may need to, I'm going to cut it, and you just pull them down and you'll find where you've got a little bit of stem to cut. And then I'm just going to stick these on the bow. I don't like that one there. So I use this one as well. I'm sticking it in between the centre of the bow. So it looks like you've got a little bit of greenery. In the middle of the bow. Right, well that's all we're going to do, because there's nothing else again that we could add to give that extra little bit of interest. I'm not going to place too much up the top. I've tried to shape it in the shape of a Christmas tree. So it's sort of like represents, you know, for a granddad in the care home, looks like a Christmas tree. It's got sort of like tree pines and mountain pines in it, you know, wispy bits and baubles, poinsettias, berries, you know. So to her granddad, that would look quite like, you know, much like a Christmas tree. So and I've done it all the way around, because he may have it on his table. Who knows, you know. And it just goes down like that and wider at the bottom. So it's given him, you know, something, but in artificial. Let me measure it, because I know there's a size that is required. And I don't want to go over. I'll go to the highest point. Oh my good gracious me, guys. I am. Let me just get in again. I am within the measurements by 6 mil, which is just over half a centimetre. 6 mil. So that is acceptable. So, done it. So yeah, so a granddad can have a wonderful Christmas, looking at it like it's a Christmas tree, and in his favourite colour, with him being in the Royal Navy. He likes blue and also royal blue. So what a fabulous thing, what, you know, for him. Really, really, really nice. So I think that's a wonderful, touching, you know, sentimental thing from his granddaughter. So how caring. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I just want to make sure that my flowers are all Nice. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you've got somebody or a friend, family, or anybody who's in a residential home, you know, care home or anything, and they are, you know, please ask first if they are allowed artificial flower arrangements in. I wouldn't want you getting into trouble. And if they say yes, and ask if they've got any height restrictions for you to make an arrangement. Some may say no, some may say yes. So if they have work within that, you know, that height restriction, and you know, they may ask what you're planning on doing or what you want to bring in. You know, just tell them, you know, that you are making an arrangement for your loved one, and you just need to know if there's any restrictions concerning height and the size of it, and you know, if there's any restrictions against things like glitter, you know, or you know, flocked arrangements, like some may have it, some may not. It differs between other different residential homes. They all have a set rule, or they may not have set rules. So, but always ask, guys. You don't want to make it, take it in, come back with it, and you've lost out, and you know, and it's upset you as well, and your loved one, that you can't take it in. So I know this can be gone in. And again, her granddad would be lovely, thinking of Christmas. Looks like a little miniature Christmas tree. He'll sit there watching his Christmas films, things like that. Scrooge, I love Scrooge. I love the animated one and the movie itself. So, but yes, if you have, you know, and you know the colour choice of anybody who you love who's in a care home, and you want to make something like this, just get a vase, you know, or vase, place in some dried foam at the bottom. If you feel that you want to place in a bit, some dried sand, don't fill it to the top with dried sand, guys, because if your loved one wants to move it, it can be quite heavy, and plus if they drop it, it can fall on them or maybe bruise their foot and things like that. So and all, you know, people who fall or have accidents has to go in their medical, in their papers basically. So take those sort of health conditions and, you know, things into consideration. So health and safety. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you give it a go. Please subscribe, share and like, to the world, to everybody who you know, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching my videos. Again, some people don't tend to watch because it's not in a wreath, but again, I don't just do wreaths. So I'm a multitasker. That's what I am. So have a fabulous day, guys. I love you all. And please leave a comment and give us a like. It all helps towards, you know, my business and it exceeding and being noticed. And I really do much appreciate it. So take care. Have a wonderful evening. And I love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, guys, let's just have a quickie close-up. Oops, a daisy. Look at him. He's watching the cable. Right, there's the bow. There's the frayed edge ribbon. There's the silver and white with the like little diamantes, but it's not, on the side. And there's the beautiful navy blue with the holly and the white berries. And here's your wispy, sparkly grass. Your fabulous blue glittered berries. Your sage leaves. Your navy blue bauble. That's what we call them in the UK, guys. I know in the States you call them Christmas ornaments. Your beautiful silver glittered fern, your little white berries there, and your glass with a hint of blue bauble there, your ficus, your silver fern, your little baubles there with the silver beads. Oh, how can I forget, guys? And your beautiful, beautiful poinsettias in velvet and silver with the mesh with some glitter and sequins. And then you have your white eucalyptus with glitter on as well. And there's your blue tint bauble. Then you have your mountain pine, a bit of your orange leaf. Then you have your tree pine, and then your beautiful glittered, what I call daisies, but apparently the poinsettias, and then your white cypress leaves here. Oh, and a bit of your vine hanging here, your oriental vine. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Let's turn it forward. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, please give it a go if you've got a loved one, you know, and they can't come out of the residential home for Christmas. So make them something like a little Christmas tree, because the rooms that they're in are, you know, are not very big. So something like this would, you know, add to it and give that little extra touch. Well, I love you all, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.